we are going to start with some bad news, some significantly bad news, quite frankly. I saw this 9 minutes ago, so I had my entire show mapped out, whole thing's rock and roll, ready to roll. I'm going to talk baseball in this first segment, give you my thoughts on Thatcher Hurd, and then news breaks, and it is very relevant, and so we're going to start with it here. LSU wide receiver Malik Nabers, coming off a 1,000-yard season, reportedly arrested in New Orleans last night. WAFB Channel 9 is reporting this. I just saw it pop up. The details that WAFB has on this story. LSU wide receiver Malik Nabers was arrested in New Orleans on a weapons charge, according to authorities. He was booked into Orleans Parish Jail early Tuesday morning on a charge of illegal carrying of a weapon. The jail records do show. Records show Malik Nabers was released later Tuesday morning on his own recognizance, meaning he was not required to post bond. The arrest happened reportedly at 9 o'clock last night, and he was not booked until about 2 o'clock this morning. Those are the details as we have them, and again, this just came across the wire. Obviously, it's a huge name. Malik Nabers is the number one wide receiver in this football program with the moving on of Kayshon Boutte to the next level, supposed to step into that role and be the man, which he was the majority of this season, goes for 1,000 yards. And, you know, it's a wild weekend down there in New Orleans. There are a lot of people, and there are a lot of decisions being made, some good, some not good. And oftentimes, young people make awful decisions. And based on the reporting and what we can read, Malik Nabers just made a horrendous decision. I've been there. I've been a college kid. I've made awful decisions that put me in jail. So it just sometimes is part of it for young people. But Malik Nabers is a high-profile individual. He is a big name in this football program, and he obviously was down in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and as you're reading the reports, looked really, really bad. Possession of a firearm. Now he's been released from prison, and we'll see as details emerge here, but this is likely going to be a situation where Brian Kelly's got to make a decision on the discipline for one of his most high-profile players. And he'll have no doubt gather all the information, speak with as many people as he needs to speak with, and move forward. But quite frankly, and Taylor, catch me here if I'm overthinking something that's happened in the last year plus. I can't recall a significant legal issue with anybody in Brian Kelly's program that we could go back to and kind of see how he generally handles these things in Baton Rouge. Do you remember one? Again, this is 8 minutes old. We didn't have time to prep this at all. It breaks, and then we're on the air.
No, because, I mean, nobody got in trouble last year. I definitely don't remember anybody at Notre Dame, and I can't think of anybody at Cincinnati either. So,
well, I don't even need to go back that far. I'm certain something's happened somewhere along the lines when you coach for as long as he has, but I was thinking about here in Baton Rouge, and that's another one of those deals when you're looking at Matt McMahon year one in basketball, you're looking at Jay Johnson year two in baseball, Brian Kelly year 1.5, I guess, in football. Like, we don't have a long track record of how these guys handle certain things. And you kind of learn as you go on and you cover the team. But I can't remember, and Bayou 4 Chat, you can help me out as well here. If you can remember anybody that if you remember anybody that got in trouble in the LSU's football program in the last year, and I can't recall. But, you know, it's just a poor decision here by Malik Nabers, and we'll see what the fallout is from it. Again, if you're just jumping in, just catching us a couple minutes late and missed the story, just came across the wire that LSU wide receiver Malik Nabers arrested down in New Orleans, booked into Orleans Parish Prison on a weapons charge. He did not have to post bond and was released of his own recognizance later this morning. So this all happening within the last 12 hours, then being booked at 2 o'clock in the morning and released a little bit later as we sit here just after 1 o'clock on this Fat Tuesday. So the last part of the report that WFB has put forward here says the LSU Athletics Department is aware of the arrest, but working to gather more details before releasing a statement. A source familiar with the matter told WAFB. So that's basically what always happens in these types of situations. You learn of the news, you get the public record of the booking into to prison, then it goes into full-scale gathering information mode, and you go ahead and you gather as much as you can. You determine what the outcome is, and you release a statement. And I'm certain that Brian Kelly and the LSU football staff will do so here in the next 24 hours, you would imagine. I don't know that statement that they release is going to be loaded with details about the fallout legally and standing with the university and the football team moving forward. I don't think you'll get that deep into the weeds right out of the chute, but I think that LSU will assess this entire thing. They'll speak with Malik and those who are around him and kind of figure out what they want to do from here. But just a poor decision by Malik Nabers to be carrying that around. It's fresh, it's new. I don't want to speak out of turn here. It's just the state of our society at this point, and the nature of Mardi Gras and just how massive it is. We saw 5 people shot on St. Charles on Sunday, and I was on St. Charles until 4 o'clock that day. It's just, it's unfortunate, it really is. But that's news that we wanted to certainly get to here as we start things up on this Fat Tuesday. Hey, thanks so much for watching the Hunt Palmer Show on YouTube. If you don't mind, throw us a like right below and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.